Welcome to Big Boof Bets. It's the Get the Money podcast. I am Nate Stevenson, and as always, I am joined by Mr. Big Boofy Skirman and Mr. Tony T-Bone Guarino. How is everybody doing after nearly retiring after week 14?
Yeah, you hit it right on the head there, man. I'm doing good. I'm finally coming down off of the emotional roller coaster that was this Sunday. Anybody that decided to get in on the retirement parlay and fire it up again after the Steelers game from Thursday night, or even the medium tier parlay. I mean, you had a chance to win a lot of money going late into Sunday here that eventually did not work out, but definitely a roller coaster week, and all in all, it went pretty good for us.
Indeed. How about you, Tone?
Fuck. Trash town, just fall into a damn sinkhole and vaporize into the core of the earth.
Amen, Tone. Amen. I agree, buddy.
But other than that, it was a good week. So, Boof, why don't you go ahead and recap those locks?
All right, we had a lot of stuff that we liked last week. Locks went 9-3-1. The winners were the Chiefs minus 8.5, Titans and Jaguars under 44, Falcons plus 3, WFT and the Cowboys under 48, Seahawks and Broncos in a 6-point teaser, doubling down on the Broncos at minus 7.5, Bucks minus 3, Packers minus 11.5, and then we tweeted out the Saints minus 5. Which, as always, make sure you are following us on all social media platforms so that you can get winners like that later in the week. Losers were the Ravens and Browns under 42.5. Kind of some last-second BS from really having us almost go undefeated here. Browns minus 2. So 2 winners that the Ravens cost us on their last drive there. And without Lamar Jackson, have you. Then we also had WFT plus 4. They really were never in it. And the Cardinals minus 2, who really kind of gave that one away. They were, I felt like they were the better team in that game.
Agreed.
But anywho, good week for us. Gets our season totals here up to 62, 62, and 4. Math's pretty easy on that one with a nice 50% success rate. Even Steven.
We're making our way back, both in lock territory and getting so close on some of these juicy parlays. I'm still a little butthurt about this weekend, but we'll survive. We'll keep going. We were profitable.
Yeah, no doubt, baby, no doubt.
All right, well, we have everyone in action this week, so let's get started. We will go to Thursday, as always, which is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chiefs laying 3, and your over-under at 52.5.
Hey, Boof.
What's up, brother?
You know who's still back?
I have an idea. Go ahead.
Chiefs! I told you last week, because I already have a feeling where you're going to go with this. It's going to be a big mistake. If you go against me on the Chiefs for the rest of the year, it is a pizza box. And I didn't like some of what I was hearing pre-show. Chiefs are only a field goal favorite here. They're on a 6-game win streak. They are been a covering machine. They took care of business in double-digit fashion. How many games in a row? The Chargers have been a little up and down after their hot start to the season. They already won in Kansas City, and I do not expect the KC Chiefs, my Kansas City Chiefs, to get swept by a division rival here, especially with the run they've been on and with so many things within reach for them. The division, number 1 seed. I don't see it happening, baby. Pat Mahomes going to take care of business. 3 points. They're on a roll. Defense looking good. We got this, baby. Come at me.
All right, well, I'm coming at you here, brother. Over a similar period here, I'm going to call it the last 7. As long as the Chiefs are not playing the crappy Raiders, they have not scored more than 22, and they only did that one time. The Chiefs are going to be missing Chris Jones, who, since he has been able to slide inside back to his wonderful home at defensive tackle, their pass rush win rate has been number 10 in the NFL. And I believe before he did that, they were down at 25th. And obviously, if we're in the 25th territory, that's not going to be good news when you're facing my boy, Justin Herbert. And Chargers already beat the Chiefs earlier in the year. This time it's at home. Still got everything on the line here, and we're getting a field goal. Give me the Chargers +3, and let's start padding, or not padding. Let's start chipping away at your pizza box lead here.
No, you're right, Boof. You're going to pad my pizza box lead. You're right.
All right, well, whatever. Pizza box is on. I got Chargers +3.
All right, baby. Pizza box on a Thursday to start it off. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Pizza box.
All right, well, it's that time of the year where we can start by going to Saturday this time, where we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cleveland Browns. A lot of line movement downward here. Browns currently at -3 and the over-under at 39.5.
So this line opened at +6. If you got it with the Raiders, congratulations. We have since learned that Cleveland's got a little bit of a COVID problem here. Right now it's 8 guys on the list, including 2 starting offensive linemen, Jarvis Landry and more. I think if you really want to bet this one at this point, you need a little bit more clarity as far as who is and is not going to be available come Sunday. So I pass.
Yeah, Boof, I agree with you. It's too much unsurety here. Agreed. If you got the Raiders at +6, good for you. At this point, you just got to wait and see who in the heck's playing in this game.
All right, that just leaves us with the Saturday night game then, which is the New England Patriots at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts laying 2.5, and your over-under at 45.5.
Okay, yeah, we got 2 of the better teams in the AFC here. Colts, I believe, currently occupying the 7th seed due to their slow start, and the Patriots, I believe they are 3 now based on different tiebreakers. But 2 teams that have definitely been hot. Patriots even hotter, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say a rule for me, but something I've been doing a lot more is if I think 2 teams are very similar and one of them's getting points, I like the points. And Patriots getting 2.5, I would love if it's 3. I think they're very teaserable right now, up to 8.5, because you're crossing the key numbers here. And if you just want to take the spread, maybe wait it out. You might get a 3 later. If you don't, just tease them then, because I don't see this going. I don't see this going down. Being that it already started at +1 and it's gone up to +2.5 for the Patriots. So I think this is a close game, and give me the Patriots if we can get a 3, and definitely in teasers.
So I'm kind of wavering back and forth on both sides of it. I want to take the Colts, but I'm tired of getting burned by New England. I do, like I said before, I do have a lot of respect for New England, but this winning streak has come against a lot of bad teams or good teams that are very injured, or a game in like 50 miles an hour wind where they only had to throw it 3 times. So I still need to see it. I'm just going to watch the game. If I see something live that I like, I'll do that. But for now, I pass.
All right, well, that takes us over to Sunday, where we'll start there with the Washington football team at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles laying 5, and you're over-under at 44.5.
I don't think the Eagles are good enough to be laying 5 against most teams in the NFL, Washington included. I'm going to wait and see, get a little bit of clarity on Taylor Heineke, and that is the direction I'm going to go if I get some news that I like.
Too much injury uncertainty at both quarterback positions for me in this game. So I have no interest in the spread. The total, again, either way, I would lean Eagles money line just because of the injury situation. Quarterback for Washington, and on their D line as well, which obviously plays a role with stopping a guy like the Jalen Hurts and that Eagles running game. So, but yeah, again, it's going to pass.
All right, moving on. We have the Carolina Panthers at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills laying 10.5, and your over/under at 43.5.
I mean, the Bills could win this game 14-0 with how good our boy Cam Newton's been at quarterback for Carolina here. He can't throw the ball anymore, yet they still keep trotting him out there. Chance he'll get pulled again. So just keep taking those passing prop unders for Cam Newton. They'll keep cashing. There's no guarantee he's going to get there if he plays the whole game, and there's no guarantee he's even going to play the whole game. So keep taking those. And again, 10.5. I mean, we're laying double digits, but we are at home. The Bills do still have a solid defense. The Carolina Panthers obviously don't have a solid offense. So even if the Bills don't score a ton of points on offense, I still think there's a good chance they cover this spread just based on their opponent. So I'll lay it with Buffalo here.
I want to lay it, but I'm going to need a little bit more clarity on the Josh Allen situation, how he's moving around. I'm also interested in the under, but again, I just want a little bit more information before I start placing bets on this game. So for now, I pass and keep an eye out for us on Twitter.
Sounds good to me.
All right, up next, we have the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins laying 8, and your over/under at 42.
Don't overthink this. Jets stink. Dolphins have been playing well. I'm going to lay the points with the Dolphins. And then I also think they are a fantastic teaser leg. And I will be teasing them with the Steelers, Bengals, and the Texans, all as individual two-leg teasers. And we're going to tease all of them together, round-robin style. So it's going to be a total of 6 different 6-point teasers for us. At least that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I like all of those, Boof. I also agree that the Dolphins are definitely the better team here. It's the Jets. Don't overthink it. Those looking to bury Flores and Tua prematurely here, they've been pretty quiet recently. So Dolphins are been on a hot streak. Laying 8.5. I gladly lay the 8.5. If I'm gladly laying the 8.5 with Miami here, I'm definitely down for the teaser. So let's lock in all 6 of them right now, baby.
We're laying 8 here, Nate. Laying 8.
I apologize. Looking at the wrong book. I'll gladly lay 8. Either way, sounds good. Let's lock in them teasers, baby. Get that money.
Yeah. Get that money.
All right, well, let's take a look at the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. The Cowboys laying 10, and your over/under at 44.5.
Moving on from one New York team that's trash to another New York team that is trash, and another team that has a trash person-ish at quarterback. So I'd say, yeah, maybe Giants slightly better team, but slightly worse at quarterback since you have the corpse of Mike Glennon, or potentially some second-year dude who also sucks playing quarterback for them. No matter. Daniel Jones is out. That definitely matters with the spread. So 10 with Dallas here, double digits. I think we take care of this no problem. Give me the boys.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is another one. Don't overthink it. Giants stink. Cowboys have found their mojo a little bit the last couple weeks. They also have gotten some guys back on defense. Micah Parsons looks unstoppable. And I'm down to go ahead and lay the 10 with you. And let's lock that in.
Oh, yeah, lock it in. Get that money.
Okay, let's move on to the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Titans laying 1.5, and your over/under at 41.5.
This is one that Nate kind of talked me into pre-show here. But, we're using the Steelers as one of our teaser legs this week. They are getting a lot of guys back on defense here. TJ Watt should play, and when he plays, the Steelers frequently win. I could see this one being a nice defensive struggle here. I kind of like the under, but my favorite thing is definitely Steelers as a teaser leg, getting them up to plus 7.5.
You are correct, Boof. The Steelers are potentially, I stress potentially because it sounds good at the moment, they're potentially getting all of their injured players on defense back. So that is talk about a huge boost to both your starting lineup and your depth. And most importantly, you are getting both starting outside linebackers back and two defensive linemen with how much they've been getting crushed on the ground. That matters a lot. Also, potentially getting two starting offensive linemen back and potentially Joe Hayden. That is a lot of important people. And plus, we're getting points at home. Generally, a spot with the Steelers when you're getting points when they're a dog. They've been pretty reliable covering games. And with the injury situation with Tennessee still, I love the Steelers getting points at home in a must-win spot. I think this is a great spot to take Pittsburgh here. So, yeah, love them in the teaser, as we already said. So we locked it in already. But let's lock it in again and get that money.
Oh, yeah. Get that money again.
Okay, moving on. We have the turd sandwich of the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags laying 3.5, and your over-under at 39.5.
You can put this one in the category of things I never envisioned myself saying this season. I love the Houston Texans here. I mean, 3.5 points? The Jaguars, first of all, neither of these teams should be laying more than a field goal against anyone. I would argue that maybe neither of them should be laying points, period, against anyone. And we're getting Houston here at plus 3.5 when they already beat Jacksonville, 16 points? Yes. They beat them by 16 early in the season, 37-21. Now, granted, that was with Tyrod at quarterback, but I got to say, David Sills didn't look – was it Sills or Mills? I can't remember his – David Mills? David Sills? Whatever his name is.
Mills.
He looked pretty damn – what is it, Boof?
Mills is right, Mills.
Mills? Okay, yeah. He looked pretty damn good last week.
I think it's Davis Mills, not Daniel Mills.
Oh, whatever. See, I don't even know his damn name. I just, whatever. Nameless great faces and all that Mike Tomlin would say. But, yeah, Texans, baby, getting points against the team they played early in the year. Jags are quitting on their coach. They just want this season to end. And Texans have, honestly, they've given a pretty strong effort most of the season here. I see them continuing to fight against a team that just wants the season and this regime that they're playing, or allegedly playing for to end, maybe playing for to end. So give me the points of the Texans here. I love the 3.5.
How long we've been doing this show, man? Like 3 years?
I think this is year 4, maybe. I don't know, but it's been a while. Been a few years.
Well, okay. I think I have finally come to a game where poop plus poop does not equal poop, and I guess I do want some of this poop.
Yes. You could say you want to be part of this show.
I'm in on the Texans as the teaser leg that we already shared. I agree with you on the Texans plus 3.5 being the better side. I just don't want to double down on the Texans and have them as a teaser, and also just pick the spread simply because it's the Texans and I can't bring myself to do it. So I'm just going to leave it at the teaser leg and keep it moving here.
Are you sure, Boof? I hear the want to in your voice.
I know, man. It's there, but I just can't do it. It is still some poop.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, stays tuned, everyone. Maybe I can work on our boy here. You might see a Twitter lock later in the week.
We'll see.
All right, so that leaves us with the final 1 o'clock game, which is the Arizona Cardinals at the Detroit Lions. The Cardinals laying 14, and your over-under at 47.5.
Hey, the Lions stink. I don't expect them to win this game at all, but they are at home. We're getting 14 points, and they already got their butt kicking out of the way last week. So I think somehow, some way, they find a way to cover this. Give me the Lions plus 14.
Well, Boof, for someone who seems very interested in taking 14 points with the Lions, I can understand why you'd say 14. But as someone who is very interested in laying the points with the Cardinals here, one of the best teams in the league against one of the worst teams. I want to call them the worst team, but you just forget there's a couple of teams that are right there. So one of the worst teams in the league. There's some 13 and a halves out there. I am very much interested in that. I will. I'll gladly lay that 13 and a half. Cardinals 7-0 on the road, double digit wins against the dregs of the league, and including a 31-5 victory against Houston. Again, the Lions got their victory. I just don't see them carrying that much the rest of the season. Last week was just another example. Was the first example of that. As I said, they get crushed that first game after that big win. They did. It was against the Denver Broncos. Now you're going against the Arizona Cardinals and laying just under 2 touchdowns. I think that's a slam dunk. Give me the Cards, baby.
All right, so just to be clear here, for the pizza box, we've got 14.
Indeed. I know
our loyal listeners want to know.
Indeed. I know you expressed some interest here, and you've been so gracious to me, a time or two this year, giving a half a point. And I think it's only fair I return the favor. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that half a point, Boofy. And we'll pizza box. 14. I mean, shit, I'll pizza box
it up, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, pizza box and the Lions all day, baby. Let's go.
Boy, I'm back in the Texans and the Lions this week. What is wrong with me?
All right, so that takes us to the 4 o'clock games, where we'll start with the Atlanta Falcons at the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers laying 10 in your over-under at 46.
Like, knee-jerk reaction here was to lay it with the 49ers, but the Falcons, I mean, they've been kind of sneaky with against the spread, just how they've looked. I mean, they're in the fringe of the playoff race, and now you have the Niners coming back home across the country. Tough physical game against Cincinnati last week, and in recent years, at least last year or two, I want to say, the Falcons have played the 49ers tough, and these are two teams that are both fighting for a playoff spot, and I just think Atlanta here they're just getting too many points to pass up. So what are we getting, 10, Boof? I mean, I'm down to take those if you are.
Yeah, I'm down to take the 10 points as well. I really don't have anything else to add. You said it all, and I agree with all of it. So Falcons plus 10, and let's lock that in.
Oh, yeah, lock it in. Get the money.
All right, let's move on to the podcast favorite, Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos laying 2, and you're over-under at 43.5.
I like the Bengals here. Frankly, I think they should be the team laying points here. I think they're better. I think they should be the favorite. I like the Bengals to win. So give me the plus 2. And then we already shared them as a teaser leg as well. So, yeah, I like the Bengals as a teaser. I like them to win, and I like them at plus 2.
I agree. I just think the wrong team is favored here. The Bengals should not be underdogs, and they're the better team. And Denver is one of those teams that just needs to be kind of a yo-yo. They're maybe a average to above average at best. And they just had an easy game last week, and when they go up against real competition, then they lose. And this spread is way too small. I mean, shoot, they're favorites, and I expect them to lose. So give me the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Lock it in. Get that money.
Get that money.
All right, up next we have the Green Bay Packers at the Baltimore Ravens. Packers laying 4, and you're over-under at 43.5.
Love the Packers here. Lamar, you don't know what his status is. Even if he does play, the Ravens' offense has just been, in kind of a funk. With Lamar kind of being, I don't know. I don't know. I'd say he's in a funk too. I mean, he's just not looked that great throwing the ball, making some questionable decisions. Now he has a bum ankle. Running being such a big part of his game, that is a huge factor there. And then you have Green Bay that's been getting healthier and healthier on both sides of the ball. And they haven't really slowed down even through all those injuries. And like I said, now they're getting healthier. A-Rod taking care of business on offense, looking good, defense looking good. I'll lay the 4 with Green Bay.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, the only maybe cause for concern is the Aaron Rodgers status. But, I mean, he said today himself that it's not going to be a problem. So I expect him to be a full go. And I'm down to lay the 4 as well. So let's go ahead and lock that in.
Go ahead, lock it in. Get that money. Go, Pack, go.
Okay, the last of the 4 o'clock games is the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams laying 4, and your over-under at 45.5.
I like the Rams here. Seattle is always worse on the road. The Rams already beat them in the first matchup. They actually knocked Russell Wilson. That was the game that they knocked Russell Wilson out. The Seahawks still stink on defense. Or I'm sorry. Well, they do stink on defense too, but they still stink on the offensive line. And unfortunately for them, Aaron Donald plays for the Rams defensive line. I also expect to get Higbee, Darrell Henderson, and Jalen Ramsey back from this little bit of COVID that's been going on with the Rams last week. So I think the Rams are going to be back in full force coming off of a huge win in the division against the Cardinals, and I expect them to keep rolling here.
Yeah, 100% agree. I also think the Rams are kind of ironing out their offensive identity a little bit with the addition of Beckham and the loss of Robert Woods. I saw a very interesting stat watching the game last night that through McVay's first 70, I believe it was first 75 games as a coach, he had never ran any formations with 6 offensive linemen in. And then the last 2 games alone, he had ran 6 O-line 18 times. So they've made more of a commitment to the run, more of a commitment to less greatest show on turf Rams, and just actually trying to stay on schedule. And I do think Sean McVay, the guy's an offensive genius. I think sometimes he gets a little bit too much credit, but I do think he's learning how to use his personnel as they currently stand. And, the proof's in the pudding. The Rams have looked better. They've won their last 2 games, and now they're going against a Seahawks team definitely is below that of the Cardinals, and they're back home, and they're getting healthier. So laying 4 with the Rams is definitely the way to go, and I'm down to lock it in and get that money.
Me too. Yeah, get that money.
All right, that takes us to Sunday night, where we have the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs laying 10.5, and your over-under at 46.5.
The Saints can pretty much only run the ball. That's what the Bucs defend the best. Not only defend the best, they are elite at defending the run, and they are even better across the board at home. I know it's a steep number, but I'll lay the double digits with the Bucs, and I just have faith that they're getting on that roll like they did last season, man. I'll lay it with the Bucs.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. It's just I have a lot of respect for Sean Payton and a lot of guys on that team. The Saints did, in fact, win the first matchup here. Now we're going to be, getting 10.5 points. I don't know. It's just too many for me. I'm going to pass.
All right, that just leaves us with Monday night, which is the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. The Vikings laying 4, and your over-under at 44.
Okay, I think my policy with the Vikings for the rest of the season is pretty simple. They need to already be getting over a touchdown, or they need to be getting some amount of points where I can tease them up to a point where I'm getting over a touchdown with them. And everything else is just going to be a pass for me. So this being a -4, I pass.
I understand that, Boof. I do. We all know that everybody knows the frustrations this podcast has had recently with the Vikings. And as much as I would like to lay the 4 with the Vikes, I just can in good conscience give that out to you wonderful people and say this is a pick I'm super confident in. So, we're just going to pass it.
All right, well, that's the full slate for Week 15. A lot to think about there. Boof, well, why don't you make it easy on us and go ahead and recap those locks.
Okay, so we had 4 teams that we're using as teaser legs, and we're going round robin style, where we're going to tease them all with each other as individual 2-team teasers. They were the Dolphins, Steelers, Texans, and Bengals. And then we also have Dolphins -8, the Cowboys -10, Falcons +10, Bengals +2, Packers -4, and the Rams -4. And I think we all know what time it is. It's time for parlays for the people. and let's see if we can, get close to another million here, eh, Nate?
That's right, baby. We're going to go for it again. Let's do it, baby. We do have this week. We were so close last week across the board. And I got another one this week. We're going to start off with another retirement parlay plus 900,000 plus 972,877 as the odds currently stand on this 16-leg bad boy. So we are just under $1 million on a $100 bet. And we are going to start out with some FanDuel combos. KC money line and under 58.5. Las Vegas plus 7.5 and under 50.5. New England plus 3.5 and under 54.5. Philadelphia money line and under 51.5. Buffalo money line and under 51.5. Miami minus 6.5 and under 51.5. Dallas minus 8.5 and under 52.5. The Steelers plus 3.5 and under 49.5. I have 49.9 written on my sheet here, so oops. But yeah, trust me, it's 49.5. Houston plus 8.5. Arizona minus 9.5. Atlanta plus 14.5. Tampa Bay minus 6.5. Cincy money line, Green Bay money line, Los Angeles Rams money line, and Minnesota money line. That is 16 legs plus 972,877. Almost $1 million. And before we move on to the next tier here, I got to say, everybody, if we're going into Monday night and we just need the Minnesota Vikings, God help us all.
Hedge that.
Yes. Hedge. But trust me, yeah, if that is the case, you will be hearing from me on Twitter. I guarantee that. Oh, and the next tier here, we got a 14-legger, and we're just going to read them off here, not so to avoid confusion. KC money line, New England plus 8.5, Buffalo minus 6.5, Miami minus 6.5, Dallas minus 6.5. Keeping that Pittsburgh combo of plus 3.5 and under 49.5. Keeping Houston plus 8.5, Arizona minus 9.5, Atlanta plus 14.5, and Tampa Bay minus 6.5. We're getting Cincy, taking the Cincy money line and taking some points up to Cincy plus 4.5, and then keeping Green Bay money line, Rams money line, and Minnesota money line. And that's 14 legs for plus 53,349. So $10 bet will win you $5,335-ish, or a $100 bet, just a little over 50 grand. So not a bad second tier. Those are two really nice ones. And then last but not least, to get out of jail free, which I guarantee you does not include Minnesota, we are going to go Miami money line, Dallas money line, Green Bay money line, Tampa Bay money line, Cincinnati plus 8.5, Atlanta plus 17.5, Arizona minus 6.5, Houston plus 11.5, and Tennessee and the Steelers under 49.5. And that is a 9-leg get out of jail free parlay for plus 1,090. So $100 bet will win you almost $1,100 on your get out of jail free parlay. And I got to say, I like it a lot. We've hit a lot of them this year, and I would say a good bit of the rest of them that we haven't hit, we have missed by one leg. So we're in the ball game every week, and we like that. So good luck to everybody, and hopefully we can retire after this week. We'll see what happens.
Okay, Nate, as always, thank you very much for sharing. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. Be on the lookout for props this weekend and any sort of extra picks, depending on news or line movement and things of that nature here. Best of luck to everybody, and let's get that money.
Oh, yeah. Get that money. Come on, Chase. Here's my...